the Jone Paul Jones Arena in Charlottesville, Virginia, and Virginia Tech square off at 1 p.m. I know Virginia's doing a lot of work to pump this thing up. I know they're expecting a big crowd. So Hokie fans, we need you to get out. We need you to support us. Put your maroon on, put your orange on, and make sure that we know you're sitting in the stands. Quickly, lineups. 125, Ty Mitch against 10th ranked Matt Snyder from University of Virginia. Matt Snyder was around a 12 guy last year, an ACC runner-up to Gerard Garnett. You know, on paper, Snyder's the favorite. I know Ty Mitch feels good about this match. We'll let 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon determine that. At 133, Matt Nelson of the Nelson brothers, who's already wrestled Devin Carter this year once, will take on Devin. Devin beat him, I think, by 6 or 7 at the NC State Open. I know Devin wants to finish a few things out there. I know Nelson wants to finish a few things out there. You know, obviously we feel good about that match. We're excited to see what happens there. Senior Nick Nelson at 141 will take on Zach Nybert. Nick Nelson is a NCAA runner-up, or excuse me, an NCAA qualifier. I think an ACC runner-up from last year. On paper, you know, UVA's favorite at that weight. Nick Nelson is definitely a formidable opponent for Zach, and I know Zach's excited about this. It will improve his national ranking with a win at 141. At 149, I know they're struggling a little bit there. Sean Harris definitely has a lot of experience for UVA. I think he's an ACC runner-up to Brian Stevens a couple years ago. He's going to take on Chris Mears, who, that's a name that probably very few people are familiar with. Chris Mears is a redshirt freshman from Dallas, Texas. Chris did a good job this past weekend and won the Ashland Open. Obviously, we're banged up there with Nick Bruschetta there. We've got Alexo Zayas that's in a redshirt situation. We've got Brian Stevens in a redshirt situation. We're going to kind of see how all of those three guys play out. But right now, our guy this weekend is probably going to be Chris Mears. We're also going to have Nick Murray there. Nick could be a possibility as well. We've got two guys that we feel we can count on, so we'll see. It's either going to be Chris or Nick. At 157, Jesse Dong takes on another Ohio guy, Jed Moore. Not much to talk about here, except for we always expect big things out of Jesse, and we're excited to see what happens in that match. These guys haven't hooked up for a couple of years. At 165, Pete Yates will take on Nick Sulzer. I know UVA's real high on Sulzer. He's an Ohio kid that was real tough. So, you know, you got two guys that are both nationally ranked going at 165. At 174, they've either got Billy Coggins or Vinny Waldhauser. Both these guys are kind of untested guys, as Chris Moon is. Chris beat Coggins at the NC State Open in overtime, so 174 looks to be a good bout. At 184 is also a rematch of a couple weeks ago at the NC State Open. John Fawzy, defending NCAA qualifier, will take on John Dixon. Fawzy won by 2 last time they wrestled, so obviously they're favored at 184. At 197, our guy of the week, Nick Vetterline, is going to take on Ryan Mallow. Don't know much about Mallow from our end. I know he won a tournament, I think, last weekend. Really a new name to us, so we'll see what happens at 197. We like Nick's effort. If he continues to give us that effort, we'll be okay at 197. At heavyweight, Chris Penny is tearing off the red shirt. Chris Penny has had a great start at heavyweight. I think he's 9-0. He's won the NC State Open. He won the Ashland Open. And he's going to take on Ethan Hayes. Again, that's a name that we're not real familiar with. I know the guy that Chris beat at the NC State Open was their starter. He's coming off of a knee injury. I think they're going to rest him another week or two. So we'll take on Ethan Hayes. Don't know much about him. All I know is that when UVA and Virginia Tech get together, everybody puts their best effort out there. So we need our best effort. We need you guys to come out and support us. Hope to see you in Charlottesville. Thanks.